Hello, my name is Space, and in this video I'm going to talk about an Excel sheet that was inspired to improve, well, it was inspired as a concept, I should say, to improve, if not automate, inventory count. So why do I say improve? I say improve because the original method was very effective. They would take an old sheet, let's say, not an old sheet, but like they'll take an inventory list. It would be broken into spaces and have black rows so they differentiate. And this would be printed out and written out by, pen and paper. So if I see 4 pieces of RYVE on the right, I would put 4 for RIVE to show that, hey, I see 4 of those pieces. If I'm missing something, I would write 3 and I'll put a star by it, so when a supervisor comes to review it, they can quickly see, hey, we're missing some RIVEs, or RIVE is missing a stuff, So the Excel sheet is intent on making that same process possible while also making some things automatic. So, first things first, I have a tab name that would allow you to name the new sheet, whatever new sheet that you import. And this option is honestly optional. You could really use Power Queries and have it connected to your program, whatever it is that use data, and this would be an automatic part of it. However, I did not have access to that, and I still wanted to make this as simple as possible for someone else to use. And so you would export your Excel sheet, drag it into one of the tabs, and you could double click the tab and just paste it here, and the Excel sheet will automatically recognize and sort out what needs to be sorted out. Kind of ruins some surprises, so we're gonna bring this back to original real quick. Alright, so while we're at this section, we have a group by and a sort by. Group by is the exact way that they would have it here, how it's all grouped together. You see in this sheet, okay, there's a little bit of a mix-up, but with the overview, it recognizes that the unassigned in this instance is first, and these are the 2 same prelims, so it groups them by their route, by the original sheet. Or we can group them alphabetical, or another thing I call manual sort, because sometimes things that need to be counted are not sorted alphabetical, or not organized, I should say, alphabetical. And so you can create your own manual sort over here to say, hey, I'm first going to be counting unassigned, then I need to count my 411s, etc., etc. And in the Excel sheet, it will automatically reassign it to how you would need it to be, but it's clumped up, and they would space it out for us, right? Okay, let's add us a space. 1 space looks perfect. They would also have some highlight blanks. Let's have some highlight blanks too. There we are. With this already pre-configured, all someone would need to do is export the Excel sheet, drag it in, double click, and rename the tab, and this is already print ready, saving people time trying to export all of these information. And it double checks the work so there aren't any routes or groups being clustered together. So with that in mind, I also added what you see here as a master counter. I call it personally spot counting. So as soon as they hit the line, you can look at the names and say, okay, I see 2 pieces of Danny, I see 2 pieces of wheels, 2 pieces of masso, etc., etc. And the Excel sheet will automatically recognize and sum up the total pieces of their associated groups. So we see here that Fox and Seba have no remaining, because in the master counter, when we were spot counting, we counted 2 for Fox, 3 for Seba. And we also see that we've counted 3 John at one point and 4 John at another point, making 7 Johns. However, we're looking for an 8 piece, so we still have 1 remaining. Cool, but we still need to make sure that that is still noticeable when a supervisor looks in. Well, we can highlight missing here, and everything that is missing will be highlighted. So it is very easy for a supervisor to look over this and see what's going on. But that's spot counting. Things should be, if in a perfect world, sorted and all grouped up. So this is another option of counting, which was used or is used when counting printed out. I call it group counting, or I don't know, just group counting. I'm not here to be creative right now. So let's say, okay, 7 Johns, but I come back and I recount, and after resorting everything, I see that we have 8 Johns. Okay, we have 8 Johns. We can put 8 in the count right here. It counts 8, and now we are cleared up. So, okay. That's cool and all. Shoot. Oh yeah, also the sorting functions work too. So if you ever just want to see everything that is, missing, you can sort it from, okay, everything that's true, everything that's false, etc. So the original sorting methods, for those who know how to use the filtering, still works. Did I go over everything? Yeah. I mean, there's also the sub-sorting, so you can sort things by the pieces name and locale name. So if I change it to pieces, the highest number of pieces is first, going down to the lowest. Same thing if I did it alphabetical by name and locale name. Cool. So I did mention that that it had the ability to also automate. I say this because now that it is on Excel and now that it is digital, compared to one person with a clipboard doing this individually, or maybe they're looking at the clipboard calling out names and someone is like shoving through the boxes, this can now be utilized through, let's say, a tablet. And with 2 tablets, 2 people can now use this Excel sheet online and work in tandem with each other, thus doubling the speed of inventory count. This is not even beginning to talk about if this was coded by Python, to where you could just start barcode scanning things like in Walmart, and you could literally just have them scanned while going through the line. But that is not in this Excel sheet. That is just potential of where this could go. But enough of the rambling. This is Space, and if you have any other ideas or inspirations for me to try, I am more than enthusiastic to give it a shot. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you found this entertaining.